All right, here we are on a brand new bathroom job. It's just Tom and myself today. Tom's got his beer shirt on today.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm out of the Home Depot shirt.
But we do have a Homer bucket, brand new Homer bucket this morning from Home Depot. We have picked ourselves up a steel porcelain coated tub, which is different than the last bathroom. The last bathroom that we filmed had a cast iron porcelain tub which weighed about 360 pounds. This tub here is like the newer version of the old cast iron tub. You still get the benefit of the nice porcelain glazed finish. It feels like a cast iron tub, but you can see I can lift it with one hand very easily. It only weighs not even 100 pounds. So we're recommending that if you're going to do a tub shower and you're going to tile it, we recommend that you get a porcelain steel tub. Okay, now this one is made by, what's that say there, Tom?
No, booze.
Boots? No, not booze. Boots.
Did you take the tape?
I'm not sure who makes this tub, actually.
I got it right.
But there's a bunch of different manufacturers that make steel, porcelain, glazed tubs. So I believe you can buy them at Home Depot. You might have to order them. We didn't buy this one at Home Depot. We bought this through one of our local plumbing supply houses, which is actually RF Feggers here in Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. And we just went into the showroom and we ordered this. So we ordered it on a Saturday, and today's Wednesday, and it was in today. So
it is not to change the subject, but the main reason they ordered it is because it's not. It looks white maybe on camera, but it's actually a biscuit color.
Yeah, it's bisque color, and it's not pure white. So they're going with just an off white, like a real light tan, I guess you would say bisque is. But the reason that we're going with a porcelain steel tub is because we're going to be doing a tile surround where we're going to be tiling all three sides of this tub all the way up to the ceiling in the bathroom, just like we did in the last bathroom that we filmed. The only difference is this time, instead of having a right-hand tub, we have a left-hand tub. Now, the way that you know if you have a left or right-hand tub is when you're standing looking at the tub, whichever side the drain is on, that's the hand. So we're standing on the finished side of this tub. The drain is on the left. So this is a left-hand tub. So whatever tub you're tearing out, if you're doing a redo in your bathroom, putting the tub back in the same location, look and see which side your drain's on right now. And if you have to order your tub, now you know how to order it correctly for right and left hand. All right, so we're going to go upstairs. We're following the directions on the box here. And we had a set of instructions, also paper instructions, but you can see they have a stringer on the back wall, which is going to help hold up the back edge of the tub. And we cut a 5-foot hunk of 2x4 here, and that's going to get mounted to the wall. And actually what's going to happen is this 2x4 is going to go right underneath this part of the tub, and this 2x4 will be fastened to the wall, and that'll help hold up the back side of the tub.
Yeah.
So it won't move.
To get that measurement from the bottom, this has a nice base. All we did was just measured up, so we know we're going to be putting our 2x4 on it 13 inches to the top of our 2x4 on that back 5-foot wall. That's called our stringer. You need that. To fasten the tub, we're going to show you how to fasten it using roofing nails and just half lapping this lip right here. That's really all that holds it in. It sits flat on the floor. And we're going to be using roofing nails and just half lapping it down onto this flange. When we got our tub, it came in a cardboard box. We always cut this part out and save it for when you're going to be doing future work inside there, so you can stand on your tub.
Yeah, I mean,
cardboard's a big friend.
You want to definitely do that. You can see they even had like a dotted line going around telling you to please cut that out and put it in the bottom of the tub. So when we're in here tiling in a couple days, if we drop a tile or something, we're standing in here, the cardboard's going to save us because it is just a porcelain glaze over steel. And I'll tell you what, you drop a hammer, a screwdriver, a tile or something down in here, you run the risk of chipping a big chunk out of your tub, which really sucks. They just call it a cable bath drain.
Yeah.
It's
the
our waste overflow.
Yeah, your waste overflow. This is the actual thing that's going to fill these two holes when you set your tub. Make sure you have whatever type of overflow system that you have on site. Just make sure that you have one.
Yeah. You have to have one of these. It doesn't have to be a cable drain. Now this one has the cable that runs from the handle where you turn it all the way down and flips your flipper up down the bottom of the closer for the bottom of your tub up and down. It also has extra ports. You can do nickel satin, I think it is, and yeah, I think it's nickel satin or oiled rub bronze. You got the option in this box. That's a Home Depot item.
Yep.
And again, that's just, they call it a cable bath drain, okay? You need that. Like Tom said, that's going to fill the two holes. The top hole right there is going to be where you turn the knob, and down there will actually be our drain, and it'll have a pop-up, and the cable that we turn up in that top hole there will pop it up and down for us. So we've already bought that. We got the tub here.
We actually took out a fiberglass unit which sets in, the drain sets in 4 inches deeper into the wall than a standard tub. Where this drain and overflow waste goes, this is what we're fixing to go upstairs now and do. We measured over, it's 14 3/8 to the center of our drain this way, and this is off our stud wall. When I'm hooking onto here, these are sitting on our stud. When I hook onto here, we're saying we got to come out like 10.5 inches to get this part, the pop-up drain assembly in. So we're looking at 10 inches in from the left hand in, and from our back wall, we have to have a hole about 14 3/8 centered. So that's what we're going to go upstairs and look at right now. Like I said, we got a little bit of work to do.
So we got plumbing coming into both of those holes underneath and behind the tub. So we're going to have to go up and modify the plywood floor up in the bathroom, because the old tub, the old fiberglass tub's plumbing was a little different than this. And you're going to find that with your bathroom, that when you tear your old tub out, pretty much a lot of, like 9 times out of 10, you're going to be moving the plumbing a little bit. So we're going to go up there and figure out our configuration, get our plumbing pieces going here. We bought a hunk of 1.5 inch Schedule 40 PVC. We've got our 1/2 inch PEX water line, which we're going to show you how we're going to hook up later on. We're just going to go up there now and start getting some measurements.
We're going to go up there and take those two measurements, 14 3/8 in, and say 11 inches in from the sidewall. Let's go see what we got on the floor up here.
All right.